What is up, everybody? How we doing today? How we doing? What is up, everybody? How we doing today? Oops. Sound check is good. Alrighty. Let's see here. Gonna start a poll here shortly. Alright, what up, what up, what up? Hope everybody's having a good day so far. Alright, I'm gonna set up a poll here shortly. Oh, we got a kickbot. I'll go fix that. All right, if y'all want to go in on that poll, vote a little bit, we'll get things kicked off here shortly. All right, all right. Let's see here. What up, everybody? Let's try to post in this poll, get some votes going. This might be a pretty good draft coming up, actually. Pau Gasol. Jamal Tinsley. Interesting. All right, so if you guys want to vote on that poll, we'll start doing that next. I'll probably just play a game of this real quick and test out some of these guys on the roster. May need to get one more on my roster. Oh, they cost too much. How much am I over the cap? We'll check it out. Negative 3.4. That's really not bad. Because then I get it 15 next year. Alright, let's go to coaching game plan. Get these minutes together. Okay, so they're just injured for a little bit. That's not that big a deal. And Anthony Johnson could fill in for Jason Williams. I'm good with that. Kenny Thomas gets the start now. We tried to run our test experiment, but didn't really enjoy it too much. He's okay, but I think Kenny Thomas should get the minutes and the spot. They have a pretty solid team. They just got, they're a little weak at point guard, but
And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. Tonight, we'll see the Washington Wizards as they play against the Seattle Supersonics. With Mike Fratello and Clark Kellogg, I'm Kevin Harlan. And we've got David Aldridge reporting in from the sideline. You know, Coach, I'm always so excited for the season to tip off. There is no better time of the year.
Everyone has a clean slate, and the title chances are all even. It's a long season. There's a lot of noise about projections and whatnot, but today's the day to set your tone for the season.
And that one comes up a bit short.
I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe he was too open as numbers. He really should have hit that one.
Clearly, he got it, no doubt.
Good job by the officials.
Oh my God, Shaq did not shoot
You
free
are giving
throws.
credit to the officials.
And he can't hit the second.
Hey, everybody knows Shaq is a fun guy off the court.
Oh, damn.
When he puts on that jersey, play
Damn.
he takes winning very serious.
We're not going to take that, Derek
Really good
Fisher.
way to
Come on
start
now.
the game. That's where you'd like to get your shots from.
And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. Here's Sprewell. Here's O'Neal, and the dunk by O'Neal.
Keeping the play alive with his effort and activity, and he can do that.
And he can do that all day.
And finished with authority. That's demoralizing for a defense.
So it's Washington now. The Sonics getting the bucket. He wants a screen on Fisher. Skiles misses the three. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Here's Thomas. Good, and the assist goes to O'Neal.
I love the decision by O'Neal. Drawing the attention and keeping that ball moving.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I caught up with Washington's head coach. When Shaq is the opposing center, game plans can often be frustratingly ineffective. Coach agreed, said they're thinking about fouling Shaq if he gets the ball in deep, especially near the end of the game. This may require going deeper into their bench, but it's been effective in the past. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's Sprewell. Corey Maggette picking up that last basket. Marshall gets the bucket.
Rise and fire. Gotta love seeing Marshall go up and drain the quick shot.
Here's Skiles. He's covered by Fisher. Pass to Houston. Fires the three. Drills the three-pointer. Houston's got 5.
With him, the scouting report says you've got to go over the screen.
Absolutely. He'll hurt you from deep. So you have to fight through those picks.
And it's
Oh, wow.
Fisher
He
missing.
didn't make that.
Well, that's a quality look for him. Probably surprised himself with that miss.
Yeah, the defense can't continue to give him that shot and expect the same results.
Back to Maggette. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
The lead pass, executing one, takes a high basketball IQ.
Pass to Sprewell. Hits it from three-point range.
Sprewell's a guy who can be pretty effective at the arc. I mean, knocking down threes, part of what he does.
Here's Skiles. He's covered by Fisher. Skiles' shot is off.
Got some space in the mid-range, but wasn't able to convert. Still, not a bad chance for him.
O'Neal sets the screen for Fisher. And again, Seattle with the triple.
One of the main roles of Derek Fisher is to space the floor, and he does a good job of it.
And stolen by Fisher. To the inside, here's O'Neal. And Shaq with the slam.
Turning defense into emphatic offense.
And Clark, we might see a timeout coming up here.
For sure.
Yeah, that is the definition of a momentum play. His team is fired up right now.
Here's Skiles. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Houston. Stolen. And now the Supersonics on the break. The finish. And finished off by O'Neal.
Let's go, Shaq.
Boy, an immovable, unstoppable force
Shaq
around the
attack.
rim. You don't want to be on the receiving end of a Shaq attack.
Hey, Lee. I'm doing good. I got asked if I'm... Okay. That's... I mean, people... Huh. I think if it's a stranger, would be the only person to ask you that kind of thing. Or somebody trying to troll you, but I wouldn't think too much about it. Try not to let people's insecurities bug you.
So
But yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Here, the first for Washington.
Good timeout right there. It was much needed.
Yeah, the other team is clicking right now, and Coach wants to try and halt this run.
this run. Seattle leading by 7. Here's the drive, and it goes down 2 points. Sprewell's got his second basket of the night.
What an aggressive take from Sprewell. Love seeing him take initiative on offense.
Pivots a screen on Fisher. Pass to Maggette. Takes a 3. And another miss by Washington. And so Fisher will bring it up for the Supersonics. From deep, Thomas. Thomas grabs the rebound. Thomas got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Houston. Out to Maggette. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by O'Neal. Shaq's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Fisher. And he banks in the layup. Fisher's got 5.
They have set the tone in the paint, getting whatever they want.
Well, not much resistance, and if things don't change, this could turn into a blowout.
Pivots a screen on Fisher. Pass to Houston. Drills it from outside. 8 points for him.
That's Houston's sweet spot now, knocking jumpers down off the catch.
Here's Sprewell. Now, here's Marshall. And the Supersonics making a change here.
Washington ball. Substitution on the court.
Wizards trail by 8. 1:03 left in the first quarter. Here's Houston. 8 points for him.
Oh my God, Shaq went right into his.
What a rejection by O'Neal. Man, he gets up in a hurry.
Latrell,
That was funny.
and he's good on the 3 ball.
They could not have asked for a better start.
This is looking like a no contest already.
Monroe against Johnson. Pass to Kittles. Levi's trying to free himself up. Kittle's shot is good.
Going for that high percentage shot. He wants to make
But how are
sure
you
they
doing
convert.
today, Lee, besides that?
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. O'Neal sets the screen for Johnson. Gets a hand on it, and O'Neal's right there. And the Sonics lead by 11.
An absolute monster on the glass. O'Neal is impossible to root out of there.
Here's Houston. Takes the 3. He can't get that one. And so it's Seattle holding on
Here's
to
Shaq
an
gets another
11-point
rebound.
cushion as we get ready to take a break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more in store for you right after this.
I wonder if I could stretch this out a little bit.
And
bit
glad to have you
smaller.
with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Supersonics.
You figured they might want to come out and run, and it's been the key for them early. They are feasting on the fast break chances.
One other factor today, points off turnovers. I mean, let's see if they can keep up the pressure, capitalize off more forced miscues.
And the Wizards with possession. Seattle able to drain the 3. Pass to Kittles from the stripe. Here's Coleman. Drops in the layup for 2. Coleman's got his first 2 points of the night.
This is what he brings to your team. The ability to turn misses into makes. Pile up second chance points.
Johnson kicks to Starks. Off target from outside. Wizards trail by 12. Kittles passes to Monroe. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Six to shoot. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Rakocevic. And the 3 off target. Sonics leading by 12. John Starks on the wing. Covered by Monroe. Count it. Good.
The speed and intelligence of Starks. When the break is on, he's off to the races.
Coach, they're ice cold on the offensive end.
Well, something has to change.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
What's up, everybody? How we doing? Put your votes on that poll if you can, and we'll do that stream next, whatever wins the votes. Also, welcome to the channel. Hit that like, subscribe if you're new.
Substitution on the court.
Shout out to all my people on Kick. Just started over there on Kick, and we got a couple people watching. What's up?
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Skiles the pass to Houston. Here's Kittle. Here's Houston. He's guarded by Johnson. That's good, and the Seattle lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Kittle.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
And Fisher kicks to Shaq to the middle. Here's Thomas. Good, and the assist goes to O'Neal.
I like Kenny Thomas way better than Ron Artest.
Pass to Kittle. And they pick up 2. Kittles has got 6.
Excellent distribution.
Put it right in the eye.
Highlighting how important unselfishness is.
Johnson, a wide open look. No good on the triple. Wizards have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Kittles passes to Skiles. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Oh.
A shot by Gugliotta. No good. Seattle leading by 12. From deep, Johnson. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3. Clark, in general, the game's as physical now as it's ever been. There's no such thing anymore as easy buckets.
Yeah, I agree with that, Kevin. And you've got to give a lot of credit to the bad boys in Detroit for that. The physicality
Skiles
they
is
brought,
not
but
scaring
also
anybody.
the mental toughness, the ability of that team to wear you down physically, emotionally, and mentally. And we know it's a copycat league, so what the Pistons did and had success with is something
Ooh.
other teams are trying to duplicate. I think he's got to show more fight than that. Can't give up on the play once you get screened. You got to continue to fight through.
And Coach is definitely going to be frustrated with that effort. Or lack of one, that is.
Here's Houston. 8 points for him. And the shot goes down.
A favorite area for Houston. He is fearless from mid-range.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Supersonics. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And here are the Supersonics now. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. And Fisher kicks to Marshall. Over Maggette. It's hauled in by Thomas. Wizards trail by 16. Here's Houston. 10 points for him. Pass to D-Box. Maggette outside. Down low. Here's Thomas. Here's Houston. Drains it from beyond the arc.
It's a nice shot.
He's got 13.
Boy, you look at Allen Houston work, and it just seems so easy, comes so naturally to him to score the ball.
Lobbed up there for
Oh,
O'Neal.
that's not going to work. Ooh. Good juke me.
Maggette outside.
Nasty.
A 3 ball.
Oh, my God.
He can't hit that time. Sonics leading by 13. Marshall passes to Sprewell. Back to Marshall. Nails the wide open jump shot.
Assistant.
Marshall's got his second bucket tonight.
Quick decision from him there. I love when he's assertive on offense.
Here's Skiles. Defended by Fisher. Pass to Houston. Off target with his 3.
And you can bet he's going to keep taking these shots. Even though he missed there, that's not going to shake his confidence.
The drive by Fisher. And the dunk. by
Oh, my
O'Neal.
Lord.
You've got to keep a body on O'Neal. I know it's easier said than done. Or, if you don't, he's going to eat you
Hey,
alive
what's up,
on the
Sal?
lob.
Wizards trail by 17. Here's
What do you mean,
D-Box.
what no is it?
Jam by D-Box.
Easy buckets like that. Just what the doctor ordered to get them back into this ball
hole.
The light
Are you talking about?
fire, and that, you're right, may be it.
Yeah, right to the rim and left nothing to chance with the dunk.
Looking to stretch this lead out even further, going right after his shot.
And the defense continues to not be up to the challenge.
Come on, Skiles. You're taking these shots.
Divac trying to free himself up. Launches it. And they recover.
Oh my God, he
Here's
actually
Skiles.
recovered that. I thought it was going out of bounds. It's a good effort. Oh, 2K26.
Here's Houston. It's the three-point bomb. Houston's got 8 points in the quarter.
The floor general, Skiles, excellent at getting the rock to his guys.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Sprewell, the pass to Marshall. Rebound by the Wizards. Thomas got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Just trying to figure out the noise of it's a vacuum.
Good.
Somebody's vacuum.
He's got this defense scrambling. Even when they've got 2 guys on him, he finds a way to get into space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the
Wow.
franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game. And so it's the Seattle Supersonics. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've got
We
the
play
field
this
goal
league
percentage
on, I
that
think it's
they've
on
been
Pro or All-Star.
all over the floor tonight. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Yeah, because if we go any higher in the difficulty, what ends up happening is the teams won't even score 50 points a game.
And with
So
the
this
big
is like
gap
where
on
it's
the
most
scoreboard,
balanced.
The second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead.
Yeah, so this is on Pro. Yeah, I think if it's on All-Star, I think, yeah, the teams won't even score like 50 points a game, and it's really hard to make any shots. You basically have to green everything.
Sprewell, the pass to O'Neal.
Oh my lordy, Shaq attack.
I just hope we have an extra hoop ready if Shaq keeps doing that.
Wizards shooting in this game, 45%. Here's Houston. From outside, off the mark. The Supersonic shooting has been just uncontainable, 72%. Here's Sprewell. That's
Oh,
tipped.
That's called protecting the rim, folks. What a play.
Here's Skiles.
it doesn't hurt when you have Shaq at 27 years old in his prime.
Offline with his
This
three.
might be the best version of Shaq, too. He's like a 95 overall.
Supersonics have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Thomas, a screen on Maggette.
Look at Shaq out here
Gives to Thomas.
making plays.
6 on the shot clock. Back to Shaq. And Shaq with the slam.
And O'Neal is an offensive force. When you get it to him,
Shaq's
in
just
his
nasty
spots,
with it.
he rewards you for it.
Wizards trail by 21.
Come on, Skiles.
Here's Skiles.
Take your three-point shot that you're
Pass
going to
to
miss.
Houston. And again, Washington, no good. The Supersonics have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half.
Kenny Thomas.
Outside Thomas. Back to Marshall. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
Assisted.
Marshall's got his 3rd basket of the night.
How do you expand the lead? Increase it.
What's up, everybody? Hit that like, subscribe.
Yeah,
Welcome to
it's
the channel.
not just about buckets, not just about stops. You need both.
Time called
So how you been,
here.
Sal?
Decide to talk it over. For Washington, they've gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second
Oh, he
half.
almost backcourted right there. That was crazy.
Here's Skiles. He's covered by Fisher. And Skiles gets it to go.
Slick jumper by Skiles. Finding a way
So
to
Skiles made a
separate
shot,
himself
but it was like 1 for 5.
Seattle calls timeout.
Okay, fans, get on up for your Washington Monsters.
And here are the Supersonics now. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Inside, it's stolen by Divac.
I just gotta make that read better.
Maggette outside.
Kitty,
Pass to Divac.
he jumping on me.
Outside the arc. And Skiles gets it to go. Skiles has got 5 points in the quarter.
Deadly from three-point range. Scott, someone you just cannot allow clean looks to.
From deep, Fisher. Good on
Let's
the
go,
triple.
Fisher.
Fisher's got 11.
Showing that competitive spirit and fight. He said to that team, hold this three.
Anything you
Is
can do.
Skiles
I can
trying to
do
put the
better.
moves on
He
Derek
came
Fisher?
right back.
Where you at?
Here's Skiles. Defended by Fisher. Connects again from distance.
He's now
That was a
set
nice shot.
team record for most threes in a game. What a shot he's got.
And a lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure, he's positive. The next one's going to go in.
One of the best ways to respond to a trifecta, knock down one of your own.
You fight fire with fire. Match 'em up.
Pass to Houston. It's good. Houston's got 24 points.
You love the efficiency that Houston scores and plays with. Takes smart shots all the time.
Going inside. Sprewell, that's good. And the Sonics
Sprewell's
lead by
nice. I
21.
signed him in free
Found the
agency.
crease,
He's
took
pretty good.
advantage and got it in close.
An edge to this lead. They're having their way.
Here's Houston. No
Oh,
stopping
my
him there.
lordy.
Jams it in as he's
What a
fouled.
dunk.
Chance now for a three-point play. That's on Derek Fisher.
Even with the physical defense, he forces his shot through.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Supersonics.
What a performance from beyond the arc in this one. They stuck to their guns and it paid off all game.
Yeah, you know, the defense just hasn't been able to keep up with them in this one. The transition game as a result of good defense has been very strong. A dynamic and confident scorer, Houston, as steady as it
the hell?
gets at the offensive end.
Leaps for it. Outside, Fisher. And again, Seattle with the triple.
He's letting it fly from downtown, and you can see the confidence is obvious when he shoots the three ball, and that's part of what makes him such an outstanding shooter.
Yeah, no question. And I don't understand why the defense hasn't adjusted and
Better
tried
call
to chase
timeout.
him off the line.
Washington calls timeout.
Oh, so we have a tie between Arc Raiders and Rocket League, so we need somebody else to vote and get the tiebreaker on that.
Number 21, Terry Kittles.
On defense, Seattle. Divac, the pass to Kittles. From past the arc. It's hauled in by the Sonics.
And a bit of a shooting slump here. I mean, he can't seem to get anything going.
As a coach, this is when you want to draw up
That was
something
just a pass
that gets
from
him an
Sprewell.
easy look at the rim, or at least a chance to go to the line.
Here in the third, he's really started to heat up from the perimeter.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Skiles.
2 minutes.
He has 5. Maggette. The Wizards with another miss.
Well, that's another low percentage shot. He's been settling throughout this game for those kinds of shots.
They set the screen. The drive by Fisher. Oh, and the jam by Marshall.
You trust Fisher to run the offense the right way.
The Wizards have gone to even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Here's Skiles. Defended by Fisher. Pass to Maggette to stop the run. Right wing. Here's Kittles. He's got 6. Devont sets a screen.
Bro's gonna run out of time.
Here's Kittles. 5 on the clock. And that one's
Good
good
shot.
by Maggette. Maggetti's got 7 points.
This is why coaches preach ball movement. It keeps everyone engaged.
Fisher looking it over. Here's Sprewell. And that comes off the assist by Derek Fisher. Fisher's got 6 assists here tonight.
Always confident he's knocking shots down. The stroke of Sprewell, money.
Here's Skiles. He's covered by Fisher. Elbow shot is on the way.
So
And
bad.
that's good for 2. He has 7.
He'll be thanking his man for creating that window. The screen gave him plenty of room to operate.
Here's Sprewell. He's got 16. Thomas, no
Oh,
good.
Bolden almost had it. Gus Bolden in his second
Here's
year back
Skiles.
in Shaq.
Pass to Thomas. And here's Maggette. He's guarded by Thomas. Here's Skiles. Here's Maggette. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Nice pass creating the opportunity. Great teamwork on that one.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Seattle ahead, opening up a huge gap. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so it's Monroe with it, bringing it up for the Wizards. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Pass to Houston. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by O'Neal. Shaq's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Shaq with the screen. Johnson, the pass to O'Neal. And Shaq with the slam.
Well, no one is more accustomed to playing through contact than Shaquille O'Neal.
Team foul. At the line for the Sonics, Shaquille O'Neal. 1 shot.
On the free throw,
bad at shooting
no good.
Attitude is everything on the floor. You can tell he stays in a good mindset, looking for every chance he can get to make an impact on the play. Well, you want the ball in his hands, a real good offensive player.
Johnson surveying the floor. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Beautiful lead pass, catching it right in rhythm and just doing his thing.
Washington has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Monroe outside. Pass to Houston from deep. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Much respect for the jumper of Houston. He knows exactly when to let it fly.
Here's Starks. Drives to the hoop. And the layup's good off the glass.
Took that orange right to the rack, and they just let him go by.
The Wizards have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Johnson against Monroe. Takes the 13-footer. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Sonics leading by 22. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy.
The defense getting hung up on the pick there. They've got to get over it.
And every time they don't, they're just allowing the shooter to find the jumper.
Monroe against Johnson. Puts one up from 19. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul. First team foul.
He flopped, ref.
For your Wizards, Monroe. 2 shots.
That one is off. And Washington making a change here. Devon's checked in. The Supersonics also with the sub. Marshall, he's checked in for John Starks. And the second free throw, good. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. To the paint. Here's O'Neal. And
Oh,
Devon
wow.
pulls it down.
Yeah,
Washington's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Pass to Houston. Here's Kittle. Now Divac, defended by Shaq. Just 4 to shoot. And it's blocked.
Oh my God,
Not
that's
having it.
tough.
Get that stuff out of here.
Supersonics ball.
The Supersonics making a switch here.
In the quarter.
Seattle leading by 23. Outside, Fisher. Three-pointer. Sinks the triple.
Let's go, Fisher.
Fisher's got 12 points in just the second half.
So often the facilitator. Tonight it's been Fisher the finisher.
Spins. Tries to keep it alive.
Oh my God, how did you
Thomas
save that?
outside.
That's crazy.
It's hauled in by the Sonics. Thomas got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Not a guy who shies away from a challenge. Sprewell takes it right to the defense.
Seattle. Latrell Sprewell at the line for 2.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Here's Skiles. To the wing on the left. Houston gets a very good look and converts. Houston's got 34 points.
He continues to amaze in this one.
Johnson outside. Banked in off the glass.
Johnson.
Use the pick, get space. Easy, smart basketball.
Wizards have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Here's Skiles. He's guarded by Johnson. Houston can't get it to go. For Seattle, they've gotten it done so far from the field here in the 4th, going 6 for 7. Moiso misses. Washington's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the 3rd
The
quarter.
guy drafted this year.
Pass to Houston from deep 3-point land. No good there. Sonics on offense. They're on an 11-3 run. Here's Moiso. Off target from 3-point range. Washington shooting a paltry 33% in the 4th. Not a good showing for this offense.
2 minutes
Here's
remaining.
Skiles.
2 minutes.
Here's Thomas. Lays it up and banks it in.
Soft, puffy interior D, and they've exploited it.
1:56 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Here's Sprewell. To the inside. Johnson outside. Clock at 6. There's the triple. Cranes the 3-pointer.
Anthony Johnson.
Johnson's got 5 points now this quarter.
A really good example of just simply executing their game plan, and as a result, they're out big.
And sometimes it can be challenging to maintain a big lead, but they've done a great job doing exactly this.
No good from Maggette. And Seattle's shooting has been sensational. 75% for the game.
Winning in strong fashion. A relentless effort notches a W for the Supersonics.
Clark, it seemed like they did everything well tonight.
Yeah, you could point to a lot of things, Kevin. You could talk game plan, you could talk execution, but they were just a more talented team. That's what the deal was.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Shaquille O'Neal.
I love the assertive play style he used on the glass, snatching loose balls out of the air and protecting his team's possession.
Seattle has gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the 4th.
Oh, damn.
Moiso controls the rebound and puts it back up and
Moiso
in.
came in there.
They've done a phenomenal
Cleaned it
job
up.
silencing this crowd. Now,
That was
the
nice.
win clearly in their sights.
Great performance on the road. This will help build their chemistry as well.
Out to Maggette. The 3. Offensive rebound.
That's what they wanted there on offense. He missed that one, but coach has to love the look they got.
Pass to Moiso. Rebound, Washington. 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Corey Maggette on the wing. What a terrific move that
That
was.
was pretty good.
Boy, he sure can fill it up.
He makes
He's got to
killer
stay in
shots,
his
too.
jersey.
And so the Sonics now can just hold on to the ball. Johnson attacking.
Blocking foul called on Kurt Thomas. First personal foul. Third team.
And he makes the first.
Washington foul. Kurt Thomas. First personal.
So Johnson hits 2 of them. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Skiles. So we see the Sonics taking the W here. It takes physical and mental toughness, Clark, to win on the road. Man, they
sure did. And, you know, in terms of talent, there's just no comparison between these teams.
And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. Clark Kellogg, Mike Fratello, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our 2K team. This is Kevin Harlan signing off. So long, everyone.
That block in his face was crazy. Allen Houston at 34. Dang. Shaq had 18. Holy crap. 14 rebounds. He had double-double. And 3 assists. 2 blocks. Plus or minuses are in the 20s. What do their pluses or minuses look like? Yeah. Super negative. Yeah, that block was hilarious. So he played 8 minutes, got 4 points, a rebound, and a block. That's pretty good. All right, did we get a tiebreaker on there? No, we're still looking at the same votes. 50%, 50%. Okay, so now, dude, I think he can come in now. His injury status got updated. Oh, yeah, it's going to change everything up a lot. Is Bowen going to start? That's crazy. But Kenny Thomas is still getting a bunch of minutes, so. So Bowen, not really decent rebounder, actually. Not really averaging that much a game. He can shoot a little bit. Oh, he's good defensively. Oh, yeah. Not the best rebounder, but surprisingly averages a few rebounds a game. And he's a little bit quicker too. Okay, so don't really shoot with him. I guess he is kind of more of a shooter, but still. He's good at drawing fouls. He's draw fouls like 79, which is pretty decent for that position. Shaq getting 38 minutes is a lot. We want to get Moiso in there. For sure. What about this guy? This guy can play some interior D and rebound pretty well. Let's get them both more minutes. I feel like Danielle doesn't need to be playing 31 minutes a game. Maybe Shaq we can cut down to like 32 minutes. And then give these younger guys some more minutes. So Moiso had 8 minutes last game. Let's give him 10 minutes. I like that. This feels a lot more balanced. I can hear the puppy snoring. I'm going to see something with this input real quick. Just gotta switch source. There we go. Okay, so the Magic have Andre Miller, Paul Pierce, damn. Paul Pierce the 90. And Jermaine O'Neal. Should be an interesting matchup.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. And tonight, we've got the Seattle Supersonics playing against the Orlando Magic. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Mike Fratello, with David Aldridge joining us on the sideline. Looking at this matchup, Mike, we have for you tonight two teams that like to slow things down and operate in the half court.
You're talking about teams that like to control the pace of the game. They don't want to get out and wind up with 110, 115 shots a night on the basket. They want to execute their plays in the half-court area. They want the opponent to have to play outstanding defense for more than just 6 or 7 seconds. By controlling it, they feel they can keep the score close, and it gives them a chance to win the game.
And it's the Supersonics with the ball. Following the three-point attempt by Andre Miller. Bowen, good. Bowen's got the first points up on the board tonight here for Seattle.
How about Bowen getting it done on the drive? Awesome to see him going in with confidence.
They set the pick. Pass to Medvedenko. Now here's Crawford. Puts up a three. Rebound by Marshall. O'Neal looking around. Here's Sprewell. Check his screen on Crawford. Sprewell, that's good.
Well, Sprewell really likes the mid-range. He's got a nice touch on his shot from that distance.
Outside,
Damn.
Pierce.
Pierce is nasty.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And
He
so
didn't make it,
Fisher
though.
will bring
Still
it up
gross.
for Seattle. Pass to Sprewell. O'Neal is screen on Miller. Here's Sprewell, and it's Seattle with another.
A red-hot beginning to this game.
Well, he's a real good offensive player, so they want to get him going early.
Miller kicks to Crawford. Good, and Miller gets the assist.
You know, I think they've got to show a little more anticipation dealing with these screens because right now they're just laying on them and getting stuck.
Look, you have to go over the top or duck under. Right now, they're seemingly trying to go through the screen.
And it's Fisher missing.
Always rough to miss a layup like that. The defense bothered him for sure.
O'Neal.
Here's down low. He's now
Pierce is
1 for
nasty.
2 with that bucket.
Inside, outside, mid-range, Pierce is a problem everywhere on the floor.
Marshall sets a screen for Fisher. Pass to Marshall. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
A well-timed feed was the catalyst for that bucket. That's how you set someone up for success.
Fisher against Miller. With the crossover, and he sinks the layup.
Andre Miller.
What a great job using the bounce.
Here's Fisher. And he drives in. A special move before the shot.
You see the toughness there from Fisher. I'm sure he feels he got fouled.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
I did speak with the Supersonics head coach. I asked him what the key is going up against a crafty scorer like Paul Pierce. Coach told me it's all about being disciplined. Pierce is very deceptive with his jab steps and ball fakes. He's great at putting defenders in difficult situations. That's obviously something they'd like to avoid. Kevin?
Thanks, David.
Sorry, Bubby.
It's going to be out of
I mean,
bounds.
it's
The
scary.
Magic will retain possession.
I did not expect that. His Shaq just batted it away bad. I'm sorry, Puppy. I didn't mean to wake you up.
Shot clock at 5. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Great ball movement. Working the situation to find an open shooter.
O'Neal is screen on Crawford. Here's Sprewell. And again, Seattle with the triple.
Sprewell's a guy who can be pretty effective at the arc. I mean, knocking down threes, part of what he does.
Miller, the pass to Pierce. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Getting it done inside. I love how opportunistic he is on offense.
Pass to Marshall. Pulls up on the elbow. And another basket for Seattle.
Rise and fire. Gotta love seeing Marshall go up and drain the quick shot.
Crawford looking over the floor. Medvedenko, the pass to Crawford. Again, the Magic score. Here's Fisher. There's a minute 47 left here in the opening quarter. Pass to Marshall over Crawford. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
He will not be happy with himself. Got a good look from mid-range there.
Down low, here's O'Neal. O'Neal with the rebound.
And this is how you defend a
Shaq.
player like
Thought
him.
you were gonna dunk
Nice
it.
job contesting without fouling.
Miller, the pass to Pierce. Shot clock at 6. From in close, and he can't bank that one in. The drive by Fisher. Count it.
Boy, good aggressive take that time by Fisher on the drive.
And it's the Magic with the ball. They trail by 7. Miller kicks to Crawford. Outside, O'Neal. There's Miller with the 3. Sprewell grabs the miss. Seattle has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. 32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And good that time.
Big effort gets the big reward. Simply outplaying the defense.
The Magic trail by 9. 24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The Magic again can't hit. Here's Bolt. Pierce covering. Fisher outside. Shaq with the screen. Fires the 3. Orlando
wow, he didn't
grabs
make
the
that.
miss. With 1 on the clock. The shot, no good.
Man, I thought
And
Pierce
so
almost
it's the
made that.
Seattle Supersonics.
Hey, what's up, Emma?
Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're shooting the ball so well. on
How's
this
your day
one, a
going?
Great performance from the field. And we'll be right back after this. so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Supersonics.
The most consistent attack on offense so far has been the mid-range jump shot. We'll see if they can keep that rolling.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass.
And so here's Orlando. Seattle able to drain the three. Inside. Pass to DeHare. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Perhaps nerves, maybe frustration, but now is not the time for mistakes.
Yeah, control going to be the key here. That's the only way to get out of this thing.
That'll be a
Oh my
5-second
God.
call.
You gonna be okay?
Magic ball.
Maybe try to drink some water. Yeah.
Here's Liberty. Doyle passes to Carter. Here's DeHare. That's in there. Carter with the assist.
Could be
And
dehydrated.
he's not someone you want to take lightly from there.
Have you eaten anything
Fault lies
today?
with the defense for allowing him to get a little bit of wiggle room.
Now here's Johnson. He takes it in. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
He is going to work down there. Gets the follow-up slam as a result.
Clark, you know, his effort on the boards tonight has been electrifying.
Superb.
And he's the difference in the game right now. Hustle plays like that one are a huge boost for his team.
And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Magic.
That
It's a
happens to me when I get
13-point
really
game.
dehydrated,
That game
like
will be
everything
game
feels like
2
kind
of
of like
3
odd
straight
and
on the road.
tingly.
Here's
Not
DeHare.
normal.
No good with the triple.
Boy, they got lucky on that one.
Yeah, he's an incredible three-point shooter. So you are ecstatic anytime it doesn't go in.
Here's Piatkowski. They get it again. Moiso misses the baby hook.
So,
The Magic trail by 13. Lets the three fly. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
You can tell he scanned the whole floor and found the exact right guy to feed.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Supersonics. Both teams deciding to change it up. Seattle leading by 10. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. And the three ball is good. Sprewell's got 12.
Sprewell oozing with confidence, always looking to pull the trigger, feels like nobody can guard it.
Here's Best, guarded by O'Neal. It's Crawford with the drive. Here's for 3. Sprewell grabs the miss. Seattle has gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Thomas sets a screen for Fisher. Back to Thomas. The shot from 20 feet away. Fisher. Fisher on the foul. Fisher's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Look at Fisher cleaning it up. Great anticipation and got ahead of the play.
yeah, hopefully you're okay though. You might
Crawford
need
against
to
Fisher.
tell somebody. Find an adult.
Now here's
Tell
Crawford.
somebody if you're
He's
not feeling
tightly
good.
guarded. Top of the key. Rebound by the Sonics. Shaq's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Thomas gets a wide open look. And another 3 for Seattle. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
Timeout on the court. Chart. All right, Seattle. Keep it going.
O'Neal's check in for Orlando.
Number 53.
Here's Crawford.
O'Neal.
He has 5. So, Clark, this season is really only just getting started. Think these teams are all coming together well?
More or less, that's the case. I mean, things are clicking better for some than others. That's normal and expected. But we've got a lot of time for squads to coalesce and figure their stuff out.
And Shaq with the slam.
You know, even when you try to box out Shaq, he's
Told your
still
sister?
capable of
Okay.
grabbing the board.
Yeah,
Really
maybe
just a
like
hard, difficult
try to
matchup.
eat something, drink some water, see if that helps you feel better.
With the step back. Left side Pierce. In the corner, it's Crawford. Pass to Doyle. Orlando moving the ball around. The shot by Pierce will not go.
struggling to find their flow while the other team is on the roll.
Yeah, this drought is really hurting them. They've got to mix things up and try and snap out of it.
Thomas, good.
Let's credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Orlando, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Fisher against Crawford. Fades. Edvidenko
Wow, what
gets
a
the
shot.
bucket.
Good work from
That was
mid-range.
nasty.
I like seeing him look to score from there.
Time called here. The Sonics decide to talk it over. Marshall is checked in for Seattle. Owen comes in for Johnson. Andre Miller's checked in for Orlando. Here's Sprewell. He's got 12. Pass to Marshall. Over Medvedenko. Marshall gets the bucket. Marshall's got 6.
Giving up mid-range looks to a shooter like him, not going to help you get out of this hole.
Yeah, time for a change because right now they're just getting beat up.
Now here's Crawford. He has 5. Fisher, that's a 2-pointer. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Fisher's got 4 points in the quarter.
Fisher proving how deadly he is as a catch-and-shoot guy right there.
There's the pick. Miller, the pass to Medvedenko. Out to Miller. And he makes good on the layup. Miller's got his second bucket of the night.
They don't hesitate when they get their opportunity to punch it inside.
And so Fisher will bring it up for the Seattle Supersonics. To the middle. Releases. And it's sent back by
Ooh, Shaq
O'Neal.
got blocked.
Putting those long arms to excellent use. O'Neal reaches out and swats away the shot.
1:27 left in the first half. Crawford outside. Miller surveying the floor. Medvedenko gets the bucket. 6 points for him.
Andre Miller, one of the best dime droppers around.
So the Supersonics, their last game, a win against Washington. Here's Sprewell. 12 points for him. Buries the long-range jumper.
This is clearly a man on fire. Was tremendous last game.
And that has bled into this game. Just a force on offense.
Miller outside. Pass to Medvedenko. Crawford, no one around him. And Orlando again with the bucket.
Can't be indecisive
What's up,
on those
everybody?
quick
How we
jumpers.
doing?
Let
Hit
it
that like,
fly.
subscribe.
Sonics leading by
Welcome to the
21.
channel. If you guys can vote in that poll, we can get a tiebreaker.
O'Neal sets the screen for Fisher.
We might have already done.
And a miss there on the triple.
Surprised that didn't go in.
Shaquille O'Neal. Second personal foul.
First trip to the line for him here.
Shooting for Orlando. Jermaine O'Neal. 2 shots.
Yeah, that's very concerning. You should,
No good on that one.
And O'Neal is simply
you said
a
your parents
beast.
are busy,
Jermaine
but
O'Neal,
they
a long,
probably need to
athletic
know
big
if
guy
you're not feeling
with
good.
A nice shooting touch from mid-range.
He hits the second from the line. Seattle has gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Yep, that one goes in there. Marshall's got 4 points now in the quarter.
We know Danielle has a tremendous jumper, but good to see Marshall pound the rock inside.
Outside, Pierce. Lets a floater go, and the layup is up and in. Pierce has got 6 points.
Great recognition to read the D and go with the floater. Beautiful touch.
And so it's the Seattle Supersonics controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Seattle leading by 20. Fisher outside. Good on the three-point shot. Fisher's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Sonics.
Hey, one of his main jobs is to knock down threes, and Fisher helps spread the defense by doing so.
Pass to Pierce. Kicks it out to Crawford. Just 5 on the clock. It's hauled in by the Sonics. On the wing, Fisher. Guarded by O'Neal. The putback, and O'Neal is right there.
This is what the team counts on O'Neal for. Grabbing the rebound and throwing it down.
Shaq's gone 2 of 4 from the field. Miller against Fisher. Kicks it out to Crawford. Marshall dishes to O'Neal. That ball. Great assist by Marshall. O'Neal's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Great play that time, finishing at the rack.
Always nice to be handed 2 points.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
This is 27-year-old Shaq. I feel fine. It's just nothing feels real, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's why I was saying, like, make sure you drink, like, water. It's like, sometimes that can make you feel weird. But also, I'm not a qualified medical professional, so.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Miller finds Pierce. Will it go? He takes it up and lays it in. Pierce has got 8 points.
Working his way inside for a high percentage look there. Nicely done.
A bumpy start to a new half for this D, though. They kind of gave that up.
Here's Fisher. He's got 11. Pass to Marshall. Shoots over Pierce. Bank shot. No good. The Magic shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. And out of bounds as the Sonics
I'm
gain
surprised
possession.
Paul Pierce just didn't take
And he's
that.
going to
He
want
would've
that
made it.
one back. Giving up the possession with a careless mistake.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Here's Sprewell. 15 points in the game. From the arc. It's good for the 7th time this game. He has shot 7. He has made 7.
Again and again, round and round we go. This guy is knocking down those triples.
Beyond the points, he also provides spacing to this offense.
Now, here is Miller. Inside, Medvedenko. Seattle grabs the miss. O'Neal's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Into the lane. O'Neal with the defensive
He
effort.
kind of boxed Shaq
Not
out.
quite a block shot, but no question he got a piece of it.
It might not add to his stat line, but the offense will certainly be more cautious around him after that.
Sonics on offense. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Here's Fisher. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. He's got 13.
The lefty stroke of Fisher, especially deadly from the mid-range.
Fisher against Miller. Crawford outside. Over Sprewell. Once again off the mark, Orlando. And here are the Sonics. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot.
They fouled
that
him.
time.
What
The
up,
whistle
Tim?
blowing. And Clark, you look
Tim's
at the
Bay.
evolution of the game. It seems we're seeing less up and down action.
Yeah, it's a little more half court, and also, Kevin, I think isolations have become
What's up? How you doing
front
today, Tim?
and center now. Teams know they can exploit a matchup with no zone defenses allowed, and I think the half court game and the fact that there's no zone really makes every possession count that much more. Hey, you can't judge a book by its cover, nor can you judge Derek Fisher by his size. He's a lot stronger than he looks and has deceptive athleticism for his build.
Now, here is Miller. Crawford outside. For the 3. Bolden pulls it in.
I didn't care for his shot selection that time. He needs to let the game come to him a little bit. Just relax, take your time, son.
The basis of our game is the pass, sharing, being a great teammate.
And so Crawford Crawford will bring it up for the Orlando Magic. 16 feet away, and that's off the glass and in. Crawford's got 9 points.
What up,
man,
Tim's Bay?
carving this defense to pieces with the drive. Well done.
And a wide open look for Fisher. Hangs home the trifecta. Fisher's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Three-pointers clearly the difference for them here in the second half.
Tough to guard a whole team from beyond the arc. They've got it going.
Miller kicks to Crawford. To the left side wing. Just 5 to shoot. Crawford missing again.
You can't blame him for taking that shot, especially when the defense leaves the perimeter that unprotected.
2 minutes.
Fisher looking it over. Here's Moiso. It's hauled in by the Magic.
I thought it was different player team.
Here's Miller.
Oh God.
Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Straight through.
Assist from
He has 6.
Jamal Crawford.
Excellent vision on display, dropping a dime to set up his teammate.
Sonics on offense. They're on an 18-6 run. Fisher against Miller. It's Thomas outside. It's rebounded by O'Neal. O'Neal's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Seattle foul. Holding.
So both teams making some changes here.
Team foul. Substitution on the court.
There's 1:17 left to play in the third. Doyle passes to Best. Tries it from 19. He squares up and sinks it. Best's got his first 2 points. The Supersonics have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Here's Piatkowski. The offensive rebound. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And that is how you get busy on the glass. What a finish.
Yeah, Clark putting a little extra muscle into that one for sure.
Yeah.
He was a menace on that play, keeping it alive and then punishing the D for not bodying up on him.
And it's the Magic with the ball after the Sonics pick up 2. On the wing, Johnson from downtown, nailed from three-point land. Johnson's got his second bucket of the night.
With a shooter of his talent, you have to do more defensively. Really chase him off his spots.
Here's Doyle, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Doyle's got his first bucket of the night.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
And the basket by Johnson.
I really like how they've worked to get the best shot. Good, better, best. Never let it rest. Showing great patience there.
A total team effort in this regard. Everyone working together and being selfless on offense.
And so it's the Seattle
back.
Supersonics.
Might have been
Sitting
foul.
pretty as the quarter comes to a close.
Maybe.
Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And we've got... And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Here's DeHare. He's guarded by Johnson. And it's Pierce in the corner. That 3 off the mark. And Seattle's shooting has been just outrageous. 64% from the field to this point.
You know, there are occasions when contact doesn't affect the shot. That sure did.
Easy call for the refs.
He's got a decent
And
free
guys,
throw.
let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Supersonics.
They have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big points.
I love the fact they've done tremendous work on the offensive glass. A lot of second chance opportunities as they've kept that ball alive.
Good ball movement here by the Magic. Pierce for 3. And it's Seattle with the rebound. Holden's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Down low, Moiso. Count that one.
Playing well on both ends of the floor, stifling defense and dangerous O. That's a heck of a combo.
That's what has built this lead.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. And it's Pierce in the corner. Hands it from downtown.
Here's
A
nasty.
good corner shooter. Pierce nails it.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Supersonics. Here's Piatkowski, and it's Seattle with another.
With him, the scouting report says you've got to go over the screen.
Absolutely. He'll hurt you from deep. So you have to fight through those picks.
Doyle passes to Best. Here's DeHare. Shoots over Johnson. And it's DeHare missing.
He's got to be more selective than that. Totally forced it.
Hard to understand why he decided to gamble the whole possession on that shot.
Pass to Thomas. There's the screen. To the paint. 4 on the clock. And the shot goes in.
Terrific focus to get to the basket there.
Surprised they left him that much of a lane to work with.
Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Liberty. Puts it up from 17. Seattle grabs the miss. Holden's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Thomas. Rebound by Best. Orlando, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Here's the pass to DeHare. His 3-pointers off the mark. For Seattle, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. To the inside. Pass to Johnson. Lets it go with a 3. Offensive rebound. Uses the glass to finish the lane. Holden's got 4 points this quarter.
You have to appreciate the relentlessness rewarded for his efforts there.
Outside, Pierce. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter.
And I'm sure he's surprised that one didn't go down.
Well, he's not going to make every shot, but you expect him to make these.
Johnson outside. Traps in the tray.
The more they knock down those perimeter shots, the easier things will get for them inside.
Pass to Doyle. To end the cold streak. It's Pierce on the wing. Thomas covering. Beyond the arc. And it's DeHare missing. For Seattle, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Johnson. Rebound by Best.
Trying to take what the defense allows, but he couldn't get it to go.
Doyle passes to Best. And it's Pierce in the corner. Here's DeHare. The Magic again can't hit. Sonics on offense. They're on a 12-3 run. Johnson can't hit. The Magic shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Here's Doyle. Pass to DeHare. The Magic again can't hit.
And right now, I think he's ready for this quarter to be over.
I don't know if I've ever seen him this cold. Rough quarter indeed.
The 3 from Johnson. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Whenever he takes a 3, that's a good shot.
Plus, he had a good look at the bucket. You see why this team is up big.
Down low. Liberty. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
Saw his chance to strike and just leapt off the floor. Wow.
Here's Piatkowski. And it's off from 3-point range. And it's Orlando's ball. Here's the screen. Here's DeHare. A 3-pointer off the mark.
At some point, he needs to stop shooting threes. They aren't going down for him.
Let's look at the score differential in this one. I mean, a truly commanding and dominant performance here for the Supersonics.
A dominant performance, Clark. A huge win for this team.
Well, the coaching staff has to be pleased with how well the game plan was executed. It was a fun W as well. And I imagine the coaches are going to have a good night's sleep after this one.
And so with this, they'll end up with their 2nd win on the year. The shot by Pierce will not go. Sonics on offense. They're on a 16-5 run.
Great job finishing that play off.
Yeah, very secure. Wasn't it, Clark? Using both hands.
Nothing fancy. Textbook.
Miller up on top. He's guarded by Johnson. Crawford passes to Miller. The kick out to Pierce. Good. And Miller gets the assist.
And Pierce knows how to get to his spots. And when he gets there, he knows how to convert.
41 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Johnson can't get it to go.
Sometimes you do things right on offense, and the shots just don't fall.
It's Crawford on the wing. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
What a terrific setup. Getting the right guy the ball right when he needs it.
Miller against Johnson. Pass to Bolden. And down it goes, jamming that one home. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 14 rebounds. Miller dishes to Pierce. And here is O'Neal. Crawford outside. No good that time. So no problem for Seattle as they get the win. Clark dominant in every aspect of the game tonight.
So Rocket
They sure
League's
were, and their
gonna be
fans
nice.
loved
Okay.
it. Dismantled them
Wanna end
offensively
that
and
poll.
defensively.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. And so for Mike Fratello, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan alongside our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for watching. So long and good night,
We're
everyone.
gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna schedule the next stream, which will be Rocket League, and then we'll probably do Arc Raiders, and then Resident Evil later on tonight. Gotta wait for the lights to go out. But yeah, everybody, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And I will catch you guys here in a little bit.